going on, guys? MDLP from, why did I do that? MDLP from the Battle Axe, the Strongman Gym in Miami, where strength is everything. I'm gonna make a video here about different barbells that we would need, or you would need, because I own them motherfuckers, for strongman and powerlifting. So I know a lot of people, they're opening up gyms, they're going to either start a garage gym. It's a very popular thing now, is basically do what you want to do, and I think that's fucking great. The biggest thing that a lot of people do when they start their own gym or their own business or their own garage gym is that they really think they need a lot, and they get really down about it, and they just either don't do it or end up paying way too much for shit they actually don't need. So I'm going to give you a rundown of the barbells that I started with, and now the barbells that I own or have been graciously gifted, or that I've stolen just from raiding parties and attacking small villages. So the easiest bar to get, I'm going to have a shit ton here, hope you guys can see it. It's basically a normal barbell. So I'm going to speak to powerlifting, strongman, and even CrossFit, the same shit, because everybody's lifting weights, it doesn't really fucking matter. And this barbell here is the Rogue Beater bar. As you can see, it doesn't have the knurling in the center, so it's just a normal barbell. It spins like normal. This bar is literally like maybe 3-4 years old. The reason why I would suggest this for probably a CrossFitter to start with is because the center is smooth. If you're a CrossFitter, it doesn't really matter. You shouldn't be doing too much 1-rep maxes anyway. So the knurling in the center is not going to, without it's not going to kill you, and it's going to be a multi-purpose bar. You can front squat, you can Olympic lift, you can do bench, deadlift, everything. The bar can hold a decent amount of weight before it starts to really give. So I mean, if you're doing 400 for reps, you're not going to be in trouble. Now if you're a 600-pound deadlifter, you probably want to get yourself one of the more expensive bars, but whatever, as long as it's smooth in the center. As far as strongman and powerlifting, a barbell is a barbell, and it's really going to help. But I would probably suggest a power bar, which I have over here. So give me a fucking second. This motherfucker. So this bar, I got a Rogue. It's a power bar, very simple. Just to easily define what the power bar actually means is, obviously it's going to be a little thicker, a little longer. No, I'm just kidding, it's the same stuff. But it has a heavy knurling here in the center. This is good for back squats, for when you're heavy, it sticks to your shirts, fucking rips your back up, but it's worth it. The gnarly is a little bit more aggressive, and just where the rings are is probably what you're gonna find in some sort of competition in standard powerlifting meets. This bar can hold a lot more weight. I use this bar for all 3 movements for a very long time before I got into more specific bars that I'll go over in a little bit. But very simple. This bar lasted forever for all 3 movements. Can hold a lot of weight. If you're a strongman or powerlifter, I highly suggest just getting yourself a simple power bar. Texas power bar, a West Side bar from, you get them Rogue or West Side. This is the West Side bar from Rogue Econ version, because motherfuckers be broke, so I need to get one that was $40 cheaper. No complaints. This bar has held massive amounts of weight, and by massive, probably just mean like 600 plus on a deadlift, 4 something on the bench, and etc. etc. Not for me, because I suck at benching. But the bar remains solid. It bends a little bit more now that it's older, but this bar is a really good bar to go as your first barbell. You don't need to buy 1,000 fucking barbells. This is a good bar for you to start with, and it's probably the only barbell you're going to need for a very long time, even when you get badassery on strength. And that's it. So those are 2 bars that you can start with that are super, I guess, efficient in the sense that they're going to last you a long time. And beard pube, and they're actually worth everything. So when you start to develop either more strength or make more money or whatever the fuck you want to do, you get into a lot of other barbells. If I was a CrossFitter, I probably wouldn't deviate from just keeping a normal barbell, maybe get a nicer Olympic bar, so you wouldn't have to kill yourself. And then if I was a strongman, my next bar would probably be a axle bar. Obviously I have a log back here, and that's very important because there's nothing like the log, but the logs are very expensive. The axle bar you can actually get for normally about $100, maybe even cheaper if you get them homemade. And a lot of competitions use this for deadlifts, for cleans, obviously, pressing, etc. And this is a bar that is obviously going to give you better grip. You can bench with it, etc. I keep saying etc. And it's going to help you out a lot. It's cheap, and it's one bar that, for the price and for what you can do with this motherfucker, is probably your next bet. Helps for grip, and you're going to see it in a lot of strongman competitions. For the powerlifters, honestly, the power bar can last you a long time before you need to go ahead and deviate into the Texas deadlift bar and all that stuff, which I think I'm going to make a separate video for the deadlift bars and the cool looking bars. But I think that as far as starting bars, I think this makes a solid point. Now, you don't necessarily need to buy an expensive power bar. You can go ahead and get yourself, I got these York bars. Obviously the knurling's not as aggressive. They're a little smoother, but this is a solid York bar, and I got this for $50 a pop. Somebody was selling them at a CrossFit gym, and I got 2 bars for $100, which is unheard of. It's an Olympic bar, obviously, and its spin is great and it takes care of them. So that's pretty much it. If you are starting a gym, don't get fucking fancy. You don't need anything. There's a lot of champions that have been made with a lot less equipment. It's really more about hard work and getting crafty and savvy than buying the coolest, newest shit. If you're a gear whore and you just like buying shit and you got money growing out your ass, first of all, email me because I want to take your money. Number 2, by all means, buy whatever you want that's specific to your sport. I'm just saying that when you're starting, you don't need a lot. One barbell can go a long way with plates. And you can do a lot of movement, especially if you're a powerlifter. It becomes a lot easier. If you're a CrossFitter, you have a lot of other toys, but as far as barbell use, something with a smooth center is probably gonna be a lot easier for you, so you can do your Olympic and front squat and all that kind of stuff. And if you're a strongman, again, a simple barbell, and if you have to get something else, I think one of my first barbell investments would be the axle bar because it's cheap and efficient. So hope this helps you guys out. I know definitely I watched a few videos about this when I was getting into it at the beginning, and it really helped out. So cheers, and thanks for watching.